that we have to offer. Of course, just by my immediate left, I have Cecilia Omorogbe, and of course, my far left, Austin Okonokban, who will be also taking a look at all the exciting gist that we have. So, guys, it's great to be here this lovely Monday morning.
Definitely, it's awesome because the weekend was really, really exciting, a powerful one from the Community Shield, and of course with well, under 23 team getting a kind of a ticket to the under 23 championships in Africa, and also well, the Super Falcons can't just make it to the Olympics this time around back to back. So it's been a weekend of fun, I'll say.
We really hope that, or we wished that they would definitely make it through, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So better luck next time for them. Austin,
of course,
the Special Olympics.
Yeah, Special Olympics, closing ceremonies are done yesterday. A way of unifying the world through sports, ensuring that kids with special abilities are not abandoned in the society. It's always an action part for the sport. Of course, you know, Nigeria gets ready for the All-Africa Games. Wrestling is busy, Taekwondo is busy, table tennis is busy. Football, in a way, is also busy.
Very
busy, you know,
despite that the Super Falcons losing out. Still busy because the under 23 team is still powering on. Of course, guys, Arsenal did impossible. Arsene Wenger finally has beaten Jose Mourinho. Whether or not it's the Community Shield, a victory is a victory.
It was going to happen at some point, but yes, it definitely has happened. So for Arsene Wenger, well, it's not. I don't think it's going to be looking. It's just a Community Shield, another trophy. Hey.
Well, yeah, no, it's a victory.
That's what is important.
All right, it is indeed a victory. All right, let's just set the ball rolling quickly. Of course, we're talking about the under 23 team. Well, good news. They're through to the next round of qualifiers. They'll be going for the CAF under 23 championships in Senegal. Yes, they went to Congo and did what many people thought wouldn't be possible, winning by 2-1. Your thoughts, Austin?
Well, I think for Coach Samson Siasia, I know of his doggedness as a coach. I know he can travel away and then get the results. But it was a very, very difficult game, particularly it's Congo. Again, it's Claude Leroy, and it's in Pointe-Noire. But Coach Samson Siasia and the boys showed good character. If you're not scoring, don't concede.
Don't concede.
And so that game ended goalless. So Nigeria through to the next round of the African Under 23 Championship. Just to let you know how difficult that game was, Coach Claude Leroy was escorted by security men out of the stadium because the fans were furious. Some would say it's the Under 23 Championship, but it's football. The fans, they love the
next
football.
To the senior national team.
I think it's the bragging rights. That's what we were thinking, because for them to have come to Nigeria, you know, at least they were able to score a goal. They were expecting, okay, Nigeria coming to Pointe-Noire, which is really a very, very difficult place to go and play football, and getting a goalless draw. Samson Siasia said something after the game that he told his boys what to do. What do you do? Try to come out and attack. Also, make sure that they don't score you. And if they don't get to score, you won't have to come out to start defending. So at the end of the day, they were able to just stick up to that kind of plan. And they got the goalless draw they needed. And of course, at the end of the day, they are into the under 23 in Africa in December.
Highlights from the first leg and played in Port Harcourt. You see that this team, they were compact, they're trying to get a blend, understand each other, and that second goal confirms it. You see Coach Samson Siasia loved it, the technical crew, they were excited. They were unfortunate not to get 3, 4, 5 more goals in that game, and then it ended 1-1. They were sad about it. They knew they needed to get to Pointe-Noire, do the business. That's football. They've got it done. Next round, they need to stay focused.
But there's something that is still missing. They still can't score, because he said when they create a lot of chances, they need to convert the chances. So when you're creating chances and you're not being able to convert it, it's always difficult. The CHAN is in December, of course. Hopefully, they can be able to put themselves together and get something out of it. Just check the teams that have qualified. They're so massive. You have Senegal, of course, host nation. They are the Algeria, Egypt, Mali, Nigeria, of course, South Africa, you have Tunisia, you have Zambia. Now, these teams have qualified. There's none of these teams actually a smaller team. And for you to be able to get to the Olympics, at least you have to finish in the top 4. So for Nigeria, they still have a whole lot of work to do, scoring, and that's something they really need.
All right, we'll certainly hope that that will be the case for the Nigerian team. We wish them all the very best, of course, while they are trying to get the job done in the CAF Under 23 Championship in Senegal. Guys, let's move over now to the next one, the Super Falcons. Well, big hopes, big expectations, but somehow it didn't pan out the way we had expected. They're out of the race. Cecilia.
Okay, all right. I knew you were going to ask me that. Okay, it was so unfortunate, of course. They actually scored the first goal. Ngozi Okobi scored the first goal. We felt, okay, they can hold on. And, of course, that would have actually given them the edge, qualifying to face South Africa for sports in the Olympic next year. But what happened, actually, after that goal was scored, they kind of relapsed. Maybe we were thinking they were already there. But somehow, the Equatorial Guineans were able to equalize. And at the end of the day, it went into extra time. It was extra time. They considered that late goal. And, of course, it ended 2-1. So Equatorial Guinea get to qualify 3-2 on aggregate. And at the end of the day, if you check the statistics between Equatorial Guinea and Nigeria, anytime Nigeria is not winning the African Senior Women's Championship, Equatorial Guinea gets to win it. 2008 and 2012 examples of it. So, and if you check the Equatorial Guineans, they have a lot of players who had to naturalize for them. Yeah. Nigerians are there. There was actually a forward who said something that it's difficult to break into the women's team, and because of that, so they had to go to Equatorial Guinea, and they found a home. Chinanse, of course, Okoro, who scored the goal that ensured that Equatorial Guinea picked up points from here when they came 1-1. She also said the same thing, that they gave them a home. So they had to go there, and they fit into the squad, and right now they ensure that Nigeria will not be going to the Olympics.
Sad. Despite all we've achieved on the African continent.
For me, that's where they lost it right there, the first leg. You know, conceding that goal when they shouldn't have, not taking the chances that we know the Super Falcons to be for, particularly in African football. They lost it right there in Abuja. And then going away again, it showed. It's a testament that there was lack of character in that team. Something is missing. That team has gone through a lot from Canada. They got back. You said Coach Edwin Okon go away.
Would it be that team is aging? Is it
that team is not aging. That team has got a lot of quality. Yes. But what I believe is wrong with the Super Falcons team is psychological. They need to get psyched up. A lot has happened with this team. They lost the media officer, you know. And again, traveling to Equatorial Guinea when you've played 1-1 at home.
And of course, the hospitality issues they face.
Those are just excuses for failure. You've lost out, you know. I'm sure the under-23 team also witnessed the same, and the Super Falcons won't say this is the first time they're giving this sort of treatment. In African football, when you travel away, your host will do everything to ensure that they win. Yeah. You know, so they would have been ready, get psyched up, have the right mentality that we win this, we're going to the next round, we need the 2016 Rio Olympics ticket, and then they just lost it. So for me, it's going back to the basics again. The Nigerian Football Federation needs to know. No, that board is filled up. There's no board anymore. We need to go back to the basics. If they're going to talk about talent discovery, let's do it. If they're going to focus on the four corners, let's do that. I know that we have players coming from the ranks into the Super Falcons. It's disappointing because I know the Super Falcons team has quality, leadership. Is missing.
Yeah, I think that's something I was going to take from there, because the team actually have quality. Now, when you're looking at a situation whereby some players can break into the first team, it simply means it's very tight. You've got the talent. Now, what do you have? Progression. And what next do you have? Preparations. Now, Super Falcons just don't have that. They've never had the luxury of having to prepare so well for any competitions at all. They felt, okay, it's just a qualifier. You can come to camp 2 days, pick about 36 players and select 18 at the end of the day, and you go for it. And another thing is, when you're having your top 3 players not with you, so it's difficult for you to prosecute a game. Aziza Toshola wasn't there. We have a Francisca Odega, she wasn't there. Josephine Chukwunoye, she didn't play. Onome Ebi also didn't play. So when you're having this bulk of your players, they're not with your team when you're traveling. It's difficult. It's always difficult. So for Super Falcons, I think the best thing is what the Nigerian Football Federation can just look into. It's see how you can easily and prepare the girls whenever they're preparing for any tournament.
Even and this has been a busy year. Legs, available.
You have the best legs. You have the players that can do this job. You have them in camp. But what do you need? Preparations. You can, for instance, you can't bring a Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and of course Wayne Rooney, all of them together, and the top players in what? Put them in camp for 2 days and tell them to go and play big competition. They also will struggle. So the same thing with the national team.
All right, I guess we'll definitely be talking more about this in the coming days and weeks. But guys, there's another issue that I want us to quickly talk about. It's not football, of course, like you know in sports this morning. We tried to talk about other sports as well, trending issues and topics. Now, Rafa Nadal, the man from Spain, he's done what many would have expected him to do. Well, he's not had a great time in recent times, or season, should I say, in the world of tennis. But he's pulled this one off now. He's won the Hamburg Open. How did it go?
Well, was pretty tough for Nadal. At some point, he needed to take a rest, get some massage, function of age and his power play. But it's about time. I knew the moment Rafael Nadal made it to the final, he needed to erase that record of not winning it since 2008. So against the Italian Fognini, Nadal 29, Fognini 30. Power play, you want to give it to Nadal anytime, any day. The push, the drive, and of course, it's clay. When Nadal sees clay, it becomes a beast.
Terrain.
Exactly. So, good one for Nadal. Maybe a revival, resurgence for Rafael Nadal.
Definitely for him. And if you check the numbers of clay titles, he has won much more than any other title. You talked about being on clay, but this year, just take a look at it. He has lost to Fognini twice this year. So everyone was thinking it's another Fognini again. But head-to-head record, Nadal definitely is better. 5 wins and 2 for him, and those two actually happened this year. For Nadal, I think he's trying to get back on form and check all the titles he has won this year. It has to be okay, so it's always a difficult thing for him. But for me, I think I'm really happy that he's back at his best, of course, winning this title into the US Open starting August 31st.
All right, so Rafael Nadal back in the hunt. Well, a massive statement coming from the Spaniard there. I would definitely hope to see big things coming from him in other tournaments in the world of tennis. It's World Sports this morning. Yes, I have to put World Sports this morning because we're taking a journey around the world of sports, taking a look at all the exciting gists and information that we have for you. We'll go on the break now just to catch our breath for a moment or two. And when we come back, we'll continue with the show. We'll have the news headlines, so please stay with us. Don't go away.